Hey guys, Derek here again, and this time we're going to really battle against some guy named Jpowell94 or something from Smogon. Either way, I'm using a new team. This team uses a move called Acid Spray, which is a 40 power poison move. Now, it sounds like shit, but whenever it hits your opponent, it halves their special defense. So I figured a lot of bulky Pokemon get Acid Spray. So I figured, hey, why not combine these bulky Pokemon with Acid Spray with really fast special attackers that can go and finish stuff off, and then just run like, Skarmory, because Skarmory's really good. And the team actually, surprisingly, works fairly well. I'll probably be using it a little bit more from now on, but it works well. I don't know. But yeah, he's going to lead with Infernape. I lead with the Electros, figuring that he would lead with a fast Pokemon like that. I'm going to go for Acid Spray, predicting his switch. He does switch out to a Porygon 2, and Porygon 2 with the Violite is a pain in the ass, and this entire game I'm going to be trying to kill this stupid thing. He goes for Toxic, completely forget about Toxic, and that really sucks, because the Electros is one of my major walls, so, yeah. I go for Flamethrower, expecting a switch to one of his Steels. He does have a Skarmory and a Bisharp. Unfortunately, he does stay in, which kind of sucks. I'm going to switch out now so I don't get any toxic damage on me, as I go to my Tentacruel, who also has Acid Spray, so, I can still try to break down this Porygon 2. Unfortunately, he goes for Recover this turn. I probably should have stayed in with the Electros and gone for Acid Spray again, and then switched to Tentacruel, but whatever. And now he's going to switch out as, I believe I go for another Acid Spray. Yeah, he's going to switch to his Skarmory. And of course, Acid Spray does nothing to Skarmory. I'm going to go for Surf. I am faster, and Surf does about a third of Skarmory's health, which is fairly impressive. Skarmory does special defense isn't really bad. And Tentacruel's special attack is, well actually, his special attack is pretty good. I just don't run any special attack investment. He's going to set up a layer of spikes. You know, I never noticed that about Skarmory, but Skarmory's wings are really cool. They're, like, not really attached. Like, each wing segment is just an individual razor. That's brutal. I'm just saying, I think that's wicked epic. He's going to set up another layer of spikes. I see a chance to switch into Electros as he's just busy farting around and setting up layers of entry hazards. And I'm like, hey, might as well take care of the Skarmory now. Skarmory isn't really that much of a threat to my team, considering every single thing on it is a special attacker, except for my own Skarmory. So, the Skarmorys aren't really much of a problem, but still, his entry hazards are going to be kind of annoying. He's going to switch out now. He's going to switch to his Porygon 2. I believe I just went for Thunderbolt this turn. No, not really wanting to predict again. Unfortunately, he does predict the Thunderbolt very well. T-Bolt doesn't really do very much to Porygon 2, unfortunately. Ugh. Sorry, I'm a little sick. He's going to go for Ice Beam, his only attacking move that really damages the Electros. Doesn't really do that much. Actually, does practically nothing. I'm going to go for Acid Spray, just to try to break down this Porygon 2. Unfortunately, Electros is able to beat many walls, like even Blissey in a straight fight with Acid Sprays. But, unfortunately, he is Toxic, which means that he will not be able to win this stall war. Well, it's not really a stall war, but trying to wear down this Porygon 2, which sucks. He's going to Recover. I believe I go for Flamethrower this turn, expecting another Steel to come in. No, I go for T-Bolt. Why'd I go for T-Bolt? I don't know why I went for T-Bolt. It does do a decent chunk, though. As you can see, the damage was doubled after the Acid Spray, which is very nice. Unfortunately, Electros is not going to win this fight, as the Poison is starting to take off way too much health, so I gotta switch out. I'm gonna switch out to my Tentacruel again. And he's just gonna go for Recover again this turn. I got rid of the spikes. I see a chance to try to get rid of these spikes. Now, he does have a Gengar on his team, which does kind of suck. I do have to be careful with the... Oh, my God. Hang on a second. I got to rub my eyes. Really tired. I just woke up like an hour ago. Sorry. Sorry about that. He does have a Gengar on his team, which means I do have to be careful about the Rapid Spins, but, what are you going to do? He does, however, switch to his Skarmory. I'm not really sure why he switched to his Skarmory. Oh, predicting the Acid Spray. So, I do Rapid Spin his spikes away, which is good, but I do have to be careful about the spikes, because he does have a Gengar on his team as a spin blocker, so, yeah. I'm just gonna go for Surf again, why not? And that's gonna do about another third of Skarmory's health. Now that he's in the yellow, looks like Surf will be about a 2-hit KO. He's gonna set up another layer of spikes. Get my Black Sludge. He gets his lefties. Now, I go for Ice Beam this turn, expecting him to stay in, and I just wanted to get the Freeze Axe. And unfortunately for him, he decides that this would be a good time to switch in his Garchomp. So, yeah, Garchomp gets raped by that Ice Beam. Like, badly raped by that Ice Beam. He does live, however. He still lives, because Garchomp is really good. But, that hurt. That hurt a lot. But now, I know he's going to be like, and he's just going to rage Earthquake, which, however, Skarmory does, however, fly, so he's immune to the Earthquakes. He's going to switch to his own Skarmory as I set up my Stealth Rocks. And I figure, I used to run a Skarmory that had a lot of speed, and also ran Taunt to beat down, to, like, prevent other walls from doing anything to him, and then I can set up my own Entry Hazards. So I figure he might be running one of those, because I haven't seen any of his other moves, and he hasn't really been doing anything. And he also doesn't carry Stealth Rocks, which is a little suspicious, so I'm going to switch to the Electros. And he is going to set up another layer of Spikes. He did not. I would assume he doesn't carry Taunt, I guess. Perhaps his last move is Brave Bird, would make sense. He's going to set up a layer of Spikes. And I go for the Acid Spray, but he's going to switch to his Porygon 2, which unfortunately does not really work out that well. Electros is so cool. Like, how could you not like Electros? He's an electrified lamprey eel that, like, levitates. Like, that's just awesome. Unless you think he's a leech, in which case you're an idiot, because he is not a leech. He has fins. He's an eel. Get it straight. He's going to Roost this turn, predicting me to use T-Bolt. I do indeed go for T-Bolt. Although I don't know why he stays in. He stays in the next turn, and then I'm going to use Flamethrower. He saw a Flamethrower earlier, so I don't know why he didn't predict it, but whatever. So now this turn I'm going to go for Flamethrower, predicting him to just Roost again, and seeing how much Thunderbolt did, Flamethrower should kill him. I go first, though. I'm assuming he just went for Whirlwind to try to finish me off, like, shuffle me back so that I still die from Entry Hazards, but it doesn't work out for him. So I Flamethrower him, and his Skarmory gets incinerated, but sadly, Electros gives his life to kill the Skarmory, and dies from horrible poisoning damage. But that's the way it turns out. He's going to go to his Infernape. I predicted him to switch to his Infernape, or to his Gengar, so I'm going to go to Speedy Gonzalez, the Deoxys Speed. I get hurt by Spikes a little bit, which kind of sucks. And, I believe I predict a switch to either his Bisharp or to his, to his Bisharp. So I'm going to switch out to Tentacruel, and even if he does stay in an attack with, like, Overheat or something, Tentacruel can take fire moves fairly well, so not that big of a problem. He does, however, switch out to his Bisharp, just as I thought. And now I'm like, alright, now's a good time to Rapid Spin away these stupid Spikes, because they're starting to do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, however, my opponent is smart, predicts the Rapid Spin, and goes to his stupid-ass Gengar, which kind of blows, because you can't spin with a Gengar there. That's a question I got. How the hell can a jellyfish spin fast enough to get rid of Spikes that are embedded in the ground? Like, okay, Stealth Rocks makes sense because they're, like, whirling around you, I think. And Leech Seed also makes sense, but, like, that's just weird. I don't really care, of course. Well, maybe his tentacles, he would whip them around or something. I don't know. So he goes for Sub, and I'm like, alright, yeah, definitely one of these Sub-Pain Split Gengars. They usually don't carry Thunderbolt, which is good, which means that Tentacruel could beat this thing in a fight. I surf away his Sub. And now I'm like, okay, he's just gonna, Sub again, or he's gonna go for Pain Split. So I'm like, alright, now's a good time to bring out my Superior. So I switch out, and I go to Cooler Than You, because I messed up his name while hacking it. I am going to change that, of course. But unfortunately, Cooler Than You, money, gets hurt by Spikes. He does go for Disable, which is an interesting set. I did see this set on Smogon. I don't really remember exactly what it did, or why it carried Disable. But it was I remember it being interesting, so that's what matters. I go for Leaf Storm. Contrary Superior is Beast. He's going to set up a Sub now. And now I go for Taunt. I'm actually faster than this Gengar, which is impressive. I did look that up before I did anything. So now Cooler Than You, money, you, is going to go for the Taunt. I predicted him to use Disable, because if he did use Disable, I would have been fucked, because I only have Hidden Power Ground as my other attack. He does, however, not go for the Disable. He just has to throw a Ball of Shadow at me. And, that's going to be a 2-hit KO, which kind of sucks. So, Cooler Than You doesn't look like... Hi. Cooler Than You, unfortunately, is not going to be able to really do very much now, because he's just going to be able to break the Substitute, and I got a crit, which really matters to break that stupid Stuffed Rhydon doll. And, unfortunately, Gengar is now going to kill me. It's a little loud. So that blows. Cooler Than You, money, you, doesn't really do very much, but that's okay. Oh, his Gengar healed mid-jump. That was pretty cool. I'm gonna go to Speedy Gonzalez now, and like an idiot, I completely forget about Bisharp being a dark type, so I go, duh, go for the super effective psychic. And he's just gonna go, lol, I have Bisharp. So he goes to his Bisharp to absorb the psychic, which sucks. So now I'm like, okay, he's gonna go for Sucker Punch. I considered staying in and just Thunderbolting, but I was like, no, he's definitely gonna go for Sucker Punch. I gotta switch out. So I switch out, and no, Pursuit. You're not switching out. So Speedy Gonzalez takes a Pursuit right to the crotch and dies. So that sucks. And now I'm like, okay, he's probably choice banned. So I'm going to go to Tentacruel now, maybe get rid of his entry hazards, or I'm going to Surf, predicting a switch to his Gengar, which is what I'm going to do. I do go for Surf, and you'll see here he is not choice banned. Surf actually does a lot because I hit a crit, which is nice, but whatever. And unfortunately, he goes for T-Wave. I didn't even know Bisharp could learn T-Wave, first of all. Second of all, it's actually an interesting move on him. His Bisharp is pretty tough. And also, one thing about Bisharp I don't really like, if you look at his face closely, he has like a vocal sac, like a frog, which is kind of creepy. I mean, Bisharp is cool, really brutal type 2, Dark Steel, that's awesome. Everybody knows Dark Steel is indestructible. Oh, ho, ho, ho. But he's cool looking, but that vocal sac is just weird. I don't know, I don't like it. And his back sprite creeps me out. Just look at his lower region and you'll see. So I predicted him, oh yeah, he doesn't have Thunderbolt. No, yeah, he does. It doesn't do that much, thankfully, because Porygon 2 doesn't get stabbed, and I'm assuming he doesn't run much special attack investment. So I go for the Rapid Spin. The first time I tried to go it, I got Parahacks, which sucked. And I'm like, okay, I gotta hit an Acid Spray now, because all I have left is Excelgor to do any damage. And Excelgor needs this thing to have its special defense lower so I can kill it with Focus Blast. And of course the game goes, nope, Parahacks. And I'm like, oh my god, Tentacruel, hit your Acid Spray, you dumbass. You need to hit it or I'm gonna lose. You need to live this and hit your Acid Spray. You need to, Tentacruel. And thankfully he does. In his dying breath, he decides to damage this Porygon 2 and lower special defense. However, of course, this game is still in my opponent's hands. If he switches out, I'm dead. Because I know Porygon 2 can live this Focus Blast from Excelgor at that amount of health without the special defense drops. But if he stays in, I also have to hit Focus Blast, which, you know, Focus Blast has only like 4 accuracy. So I go to, and I'm like, come on, you gotta hit the Focus Blast. And thankfully, my opponent stays in, and I hit the Focus Blast. And it kills Porygon 2 in one hit. Now, that I wasn't expecting that either. Now, I know Porygon 2 special defense was halved, but I don't get stabbed in Focus Blast. And Excelgor is fairly strong. I run Modest because he has base 140 speed. It doesn't really need to be any faster. So I'm surprised it still killed him. He goes to his Bisharp, and I'm like, yeah, you got Sucker Punch. I know that. So I'm going to go to my Skarmory now. I need to set up entry hazard though, because if Skarmory dies and he still has his Bisharp left, he's going to Sucker Punch me, and it's going to kill me in one hit because Bisharp has a lot of attack. He's going to go for T-Wave now. I guess he just had nothing better to do. And I'm going to set up a layer of spikes now, which means he will die from entry hazards. However, the game isn't in the bag yet. He does still have a Gengar left, and Gengar resists every single move that my Excelgor has, resists or is immune. He's going to go to his Garchomp as Death Fodder. Don't really know why. I go for Whirlwind in hindsight. I probably should have just went for Spikes. But if he doesn't stay in and try to chip away at my Skarmory, and like got really lucky with it, or if he carried Thunderbolt or something, I had to go for Whirlwind just to make sure. He goes to his Infernape, and I'm going to live his Overheat because of Ridiculous Sturdy, which is an amazing ability now. Wicked good. Really good. In case you didn't know, it acts basically like a free Focus Sash, which is incredible. Sturdy used to be the ability that everybody joked around about. Now, you don't fuck with Sturdy. So that allows me to get up another layer of Spikes. I get up another layer just in case Bisharp decides to bullshit me and live that first layer with like 1 hit point. But now his death is guaranteed. He's going to Overheat now. And of course, that's going to finish off my 1 hit point Skarmory. But luckily, my Excelgor doesn't carry Hidden Power Ground, so I can't kill this Infernape. And Infernape has like 4 special defense anyway, so not that much of a problem. I'm going to go to my Excelgor now. He actually makes a smart move and goes for a Mach Punch. Unfortunately, it doesn't even do half, which I expected that to do a little bit more. Because Excelgor has like even less defense than Infernape. He has like -2 defense, as opposed to Infernape's like 8 defense or something. But I mean, I do resist it and stuff, and it is a pretty weak move. So I guess in theory it would make sense that it doesn't do that much. But either way, I go for Hidden Power Ground, and he does. He's going to go to his Bisharp, who is going to step on a Spike and die like an idiot. And now all is left is Gengar, and I just got to kill this thing with 1 Energy Ball, and the game's over. I know the Gengar's low in health, but it's still kind of iffy. If he lives, I'm dead. And so I'm like, Energy Ball, come on, you can do it, Excelgor. Be a man. And he is a man, and he kills it. So, yeah, that was a great game, Jpowell. Really, really close to the end there. I was like, oh, God. at the end there. Really nice match. Nice long battle, good back and forth exchange. I plan on using this team a lot more. It is fairly fun. Get to use some cool stuff. Get to sweep people with Excel Gore, which you don't see that much. So, yeah, make sure to rate, sub if you like the video, and Dark out.